In this video, we're digging into the world of rechargeable hearing aids. We'll compare them to the older disposable hearing aid models. We'll talk about the best options on the market and some of the features to look at if charge time is really important to you. If we haven't yet met, my name is Blake Cadwell. I'm the co-founder at Soundly.com. We're one of the leading research and shopping destinations for hearing aids and hearing health online. If you like what you see in this video, we'd appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Helps videos like this reach more people. With that, let's dig in. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you are researching for a new pair of hearing aids, whether it's your first pair or maybe an upgrade after years of wearing something else. And it's likely you're trying to answer the question, where do things stand when it comes to rechargeability in hearing aids? Now, the short answer to that question is that hearing aids more and more are moving towards rechargeability, but there are some key features to look out for and some products that clearly lead the market in terms of their battery life, the ease of charging, and the overall way that they manage your battery. But before we dig into the best products on the market, let's talk about the alternative. So if we rewind the clock just 5 or 6 years, hearing aids with disposable batteries were really commonplace. In fact, if you went to a local clinic, they would probably offer you a receiver and canal device that maybe used a disposable 312 battery. So if you've been wearing hearing aids for a long time, you probably know exactly what this looks like, but I'll show you just for context so you have an understanding of where we're coming from. This is the original Bose hearing aid, which was released in 2021, and it came with a disposable battery. So on the back of the hearing aid, there's simply a little door. You open it up, then you have a box of disposable hearing aids. You dispense one, you pull the little sticker off the battery, you pop that battery into the device itself, you push the door open, and now your hearing aid is turned on. When you're done wearing your hearing aids with disposable batteries, you pop that door open again, and it turns the hearing aid off. For a very long time, this was a common routine for any hearing aid wearer. You'd change this battery maybe every 5 to 7 days. I was just back at my parents' house, and my mom used to wear disposable battery-powered hearing aids, and I saw a giant box of these old disposable batteries sitting there in our home because this was a big part of her daily life. But she has since migrated to a rechargeable hearing aid, and that is common in the market today. Most of the new products that hit the market, whether they're in the OTC set or prescription hearing aids, now have rechargeable batteries. There are a few exceptions, which we'll talk about throughout this video, but mostly we're going to focus on the devices that are available on the market that do have rechargeable batteries, and we're going to compare them feature for feature to understand which are the best ones. So it is worth noting before we dig into the specifics of battery life and the devices that we think are the best at rechargeability on the market, that rechargeability is somewhere lower on the list than other important features like sound quality, comfort, form factor. These are all probably more important to every hearing aid wearer, myself included, than rechargeability. But rechargeable batteries do have a big impact on your overall experience, so they are important to learn about and to think about. When I think about rechargeability and the state of the market, I'm really thinking about 3 different factors. The first is the actual duration of charge that your hearing aids get each time you charge them. So do you get 10 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours each time you drop your hearing aids in and fully recharge them? For comparison, a pair of AirPods maybe gives you 4 or 5 hours. That definitely won't work for most hearing aid wearers who need to wear their hearing aids all day, maybe 15, 16 hours straight. You want to have enough headroom that you can really get through a full day without having to think about battery power as a big part of your experience. The second thing I think about is convenience. So what does the charge system look like? There are some devices on the market that have excellent sound quality, like the new Widex Allure, but they come with a recharge case that has to be physically plugged into the wall while your hearing aids are charging. That's less convenient than something like the Signia Pure Charge&Go, which we'll talk about more, which has a portable battery inside so you can charge up your hearing aids no matter where you're at, and even if you don't have access to an outlet. So as I'm thinking about rechargeable batteries, I'm thinking about the convenience of the whole recharge system. The final important factor to consider as you're thinking about rechargeability is the consistency of charge. So when you take your hearing aids out and you drop them in the case, how often do they actually connect appropriately and begin charging your devices? Is there ever a moment where it doesn't work and then you reach for your hearing aids the next day, put them in your ears and they're dead. That's a frustrating experience I've had with some brands, and the products we're going to talk about today have generally passed the bar of being consistent in their ability to charge every single night. So let's dig into products. And the way we're going to do this is we'll start with a group of prescription brands. So if you've watched our other videos, you know that there are generally two categories of products on the market. Ones that you get at a local clinic that are prescription products, and then ones you purchase over the counter, which get shipped to your home. We're going to talk about both groups as it relates to rechargeability, but we'll start with prescription. So the first brand on the list of the best rechargeable prescription products on the market that I really recommend is the Signia Pure Charge&Go. This is the hearing aid that I'm wearing right now. I spend a lot of time in this device, and I generally think it's just a workhorse, has strong features across the board. It streams really well from both iPhones and Android. The form factor is comfortable, but when it comes to rechargeability, it's clearly the market leader in my mind. These devices get 37 or more hours per charge. So when I drop them into my case at night, pull them out, I can wear them for 37 hours straight without that battery dying. The charge case itself can also replenish my hearing aids multiple times before I plug it into the walls. So often I'll put this charger in my bag, just drop my hearing aids into the charger at the end of the night, and I'm only plugging my hearing aid case in maybe twice a week. Now, importantly, I think Signia also does well on sound quality, which is something you should definitely be considering as you're looking at any hearing aid for any particular feature. Sound quality is ultimately the most important thing, and Signia does a really great job on this front. We have a full review of Signia Pure Charge&Go IX, which I'll link somewhere up here. The next prescription product on the list for its rechargeable capabilities is the ReSound Vivia. This is the new flagship from ReSound. It's a Danish brand owned by a parent company called GN. They also make Jabra hearing aids. And what I love about this device is, one, it's the smallest receiver and canal device on the market. And you would think because it's smaller, it would have a lower battery life, but actually they've been able to put 30 hours of battery life into this device on a single charge. The charge case itself is a little bit larger, but it does use a charging method that doesn't require ports. So you simply drop the hearing aids in and they're going to connect every single time. You don't have to make sure the ports are touching. So there's a little bit of a benefit that you get from this charge system versus some of the others on the market. Now, one of the things that's most impressive about ReSound Vivia's 30-hour battery life is that they have, with this generation, put in a second chip, which is dedicated to artificial intelligence sound processing. And this is a new emerging trend in the market. And what we've seen from other AI-powered hearing aids is that the battery life drops pretty dramatically, but ReSound Vivia has been able to hold their battery life at 30 hours, which really should get most people through a full day, even when they're using AI features. So this is definitely a great product to look at if charging and overall charge time is really important to you. The other option to think about within the prescription set is the Signia Silk. So it comes from the same brand as the Signia Pure Charge&Go, which we just talked about, but it's an in-ear device. So if you're looking for something that goes inside the ear, but is also rechargeable, that's still a little bit less common. You might go into a local clinic and they would offer you a custom molded in-ear device, but many of those will still use a disposable battery. If you're looking for something that's in-ear and rechargeable, Signia Silk could be a good place to start your research. All right, so those are the prescription leaders among rechargeable hearing aids in the market. But what if you're looking for over-the-counter devices? So if you're looking for something that ships to your home, you set it up yourself, it's less expensive, you might be wondering, what are the best rechargeable options in that market? Now, we talk a lot about 4 different products. These are currently our favorites on the market at different price points and styles. The Sennheiser All Day Clear is a behind-the-ear hearing aid. Sony CRE-C20 is an in-ear hearing aid. Elehear is our budget option, and Nuance Audio has this sort of unique eyeglass form factor where a speaker plays sound into your open ear. Now, interestingly, all of these hearing aids are rechargeable, so no disposable batteries involved in any of these OTC hearing aids, but they all have different battery lives. So the Nuance Audio glasses can go for about 10 to 12 hours on a single charge. Now, interestingly, if you're not using the audio features of the glasses, you can pinch the armband, it will turn the audio off, and that will extend your battery life. You can also drop these on the charger midday and get an additional few hours. But if you really want to wear these glasses with amplification for 15 or 16 hours a day, as might be standard for a hearing aid wearer, you're eventually going to run out of battery. Elehear is currently our favorite budget option. This is a product that sells for $399. And impressively, they have a 20-hour battery life on a single charge. They also have a power pack that comes with the hearing aid, so you can charge on the go as needed. This is definitely a solid option when it comes to rechargeability. Now, the clear winner in the OTC market is the Sony CRE-C20. This is the invisible style in-ear device, and it has 28 hours on a single charge. It also has this really convenient power pack that contains batteries so you can charge on the go. This hearing aid actually has the same specs as the Signia Silk, which we just talked about. So if you're looking purely at battery life capabilities in the OTC market, Sony CRE-C20 is pretty much a clear winner. Now, our best-selling product at soundly.com, and the one that we recommend as the best overall value in the OTC market, is actually this Sennheiser All Day Clear hearing aid. This is a behind-the-ear hearing aid. It has Bluetooth streaming. It's really comfortable for all-day wear. It comes from Unitron, which is the largest manufacturer of hearing aids in the world. But the battery life has a couple of limitations that you should know about. So the first is that this hearing aid technically can give you 24 hours of battery life, which is pretty good. But if you start streaming, that's going to drop to around 18 hours. So still long enough for a full day wear, but a bit shorter than some of the market leaders in the prescription set. The other thing to think about is that the charge case that comes with Sennheiser All Day Clear needs to be plugged into the wall while your hearing aids are inside in order for them to charge. The charge case itself does not have a built-in power pack. Now, we've put this product in the hands of thousands of people. We've gotten feedback fairly consistently that folks do wish that they had that portable charge option. So we just recently rolled out a power pack which you can add to your purchase, which effectively turns this device into a rechargeable case. So on the go, you can charge your hearing aids whenever you want. Some people don't need this because they simply leave it by their bedside table and charge their hearing aids at night. But if you like that idea of having charge on the go, you can add the power pack. And this turns into effectively a market leading receiver and canal device, especially in the over-the-counter market. So now you know our top picks in the prescription category, the OTC category, and some general information about the world of rechargeable hearing aids. We hope you found this information helpful. If you have more questions or you want our help comparing the options on the market, head over to soundly.com. Our team is happy to assist you. Thanks for your time and good luck with your research.